Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. So here go Brandon Jennings questioning Paul George's role in Philly. Everybody's always questioning Paul George because we have seen this movie before. We have seen this movie before. The man was in LA. He promised them a championship and he was unable to deliver. Now he's in Philly and he started the season injured. So the man was hurt. And beyond that, what Brandon Jennings was saying is, we see it. Yeah, he could score the basketball, but it's the same old thing. And I do agree. I rock with Paul George, but we got to call it for what it is. More than likely, this is going to be another failed experiment. They'll probably make the playoffs, get bounced in the second round, and it's the same old song. It's the same old song. And that's why the Clippers got rid of him. Like, we're not going to pay you for 4 more years, 4 more seasons to lose. Why would I pay you all this money to lose? I can't even make it Western Conference Finals. All this uncertainty, like, nah. So I understand why the Clippers and Steve Ballmer was like, you know what? We're good on you. We're going to pay Kawhi because he's proven, even if he never won a chip as a Clipper, we have his resume. This guy's a winner. So they paid Kawhi, as they should. And they got rid of Paul George. He walked because his demands was crazy. He joined the 76ers. They gave him the money he wanted. And he started the season injured. And that's a prime example of what you're going to get when you're dealing with Paul George. He's always injured. He's always injured. Kawhi is always injured. Joel Embiid is always injured. I'm not going to pay you $200 million to be injured. But this is what Paul George do. We know his MO. He's an injury-prone player, whether it's his fault or not. The man is always injured. So I understand why Brandon Jennings feels the way he do. Like, we have seen this movie before. Yeah, he could score. He's averaging 22 or whatever. But we already know the end result. You could predict the end result. The 76ers, they might get past the first round. They'll get clipped in the semis. Or it might go totally left and they get clipped in the first round. No one sees the 76ers going to the Eastern Conference Finals. No one. And you have Joel Embiid and Paul George and Maxey. That's crazy. So this is what Brandon Jennings had to say. Paul George can retire. He's just wasting talent. I think we were catering to a lot of talented players and not giving a lot of good basketball players a chance. You shouldn't be trying to take the last shot when you're talking about you don't want to be the number one option. With that statement, he's talking about Paul George coming back from injury. Game is on the line. And instead of him giving Tyrese Maxey the ball so he could shoot it, which he should have done, they was talking about his ego got in the way. Kenyon Martin was saying his ego got in the way, and he decided I'm going to take the winning shot and missed it. And they was like, yo, man, you're just coming back off injury. Let Maxey rock, give the young dude the ball. Let him do his thing. And I do agree. So that's what Brandon Jennings was talking about. And everybody just sick of seeing the same movie, man. We have seen this movie for 5 seasons in LA with the Clippers. We've seen this movie. We don't want to keep seeing the same movie over and over and over and over, And the fact of the matter is, Paul George, he have to perform. They didn't pay you $200 million for you to just exist. No, you got to perform. You got to put on. If Joel Embiid is injured, you got to put the team on your back. That's just the way it is. Whenever Joel Embiid is injured or any situation, knick-knack, and he can't play, besides Maxey, you're the number 2 option, or even the number 1 at times. All the money that they paid him, Paul George got to put on, man. No more promises. No more I'm going to do this. Because he promised Steve Ballmer a championship and he never delivered because he was always hurt. And in big moments when he had to shine, he didn't do anything. He couldn't rise to the occasion, pause. And I'm not going to agree with Brandon Jennings and say he should retire. I don't think it's that crazy that he needs to retire. No, he's still a good player. So I wouldn't say retirement, but you got to show out, man. You're in Philly now. They're counting on you. Philly will only go as far as Paul George take him. Obviously, the main star is Joel Embiid. and Maxey. But if they're going to get over the hump, Paul George have to show out, man. He have to show out. And you got people out here questioning, are you worth the money? Like, you got to show out, man. You can't be injured all the time. You can't do the same thing you did in LA as a Clipper. Constant injuries, non-stop injuries. And we know the man could ball. But what's the point if you're not available? Half the times he's unavailable. So there's no point if you can't play. Brandon Jennings, he feels like all these younger players, man, they should get an opportunity to shine. All these older players like Paul George, etc., he feels like it's time for them to take a step back and let the young dudes shine. So that's what he's saying. Let all these young dudes, they're hungry. They want to showcase their talent, Give them a chance to blossom and shine. I'm curious to see what the 76ers do this season. They just lost to the Cavs. They got a really crappy record. They got a pretty bad record right now. Like I said, Paul George, he was injured. Joel Embiid barely coming back from injury. Maxey's injured. So right now, the team, they're beat up. The main stars, they're beat up. They're all beat up right now. But I'm curious to see what happened at the end of the season. We're going to see. Will this be another failed season? More than likely, yeah. But we will see. Can Paul George help Joel Embiid and the 76ers get over the hump? Everybody was excited for this team, overhyped, obviously because of the big names, Paul George. So everybody was excited, like, oh, you got Paul George to go with Joel Embiid and Maxey? That's a pretty good combination. But first, they need to stay healthy. You need Joel Embiid to be healthy. You need Paul George to be healthy. If you're unavailable, there's no point. Well, we are going to see what happened, man. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.